Hello all, Tot here with a new video, and it's something quite complicated to me. Something of great pride and great shame. Something I don't ever bring up or bring out because I'm very much of a different mind about it. This video will get quite raw and emotional, but I will not cry. There's nothing too bad about it or too aggressive on it, but I'm just warning you. You may hear a different tone from me. If you do not like that, that's fine. You can click off. Anyway, I have here the inspiration for my book, Looking Inwards for a Better Life, also called How from the Heart, because I want to give the next generation something to help them, to amp up their dreams, to silence their nightmares, to help them live the best life they could. And the thesis for this, which when I was at my master's program, I had two options, either creative component or thesis. And I was burned out from writing. When you're a master's graduate student, you'll write a lot. I don't recommend it. It's not good for your mental health. I was depressed more than not. And yeah, it was a huge waste of time in hindsight. If I did that, I didn't want to do that. It was terrible. It was awful, and it was not for me. I wanted to flex my creative components, want my brain. So that's why I chose the creative component, this. It is the Helps Works Inflation Fighting Food Recipes by Dalton Dean Blankenship. And it was made with a lot of care and passion, you see, because I had a project to do, and I had to help a community organization in my community, and that's what I did in my old town. Because there is a food bank in my hometown. You see, where I come from is extremely poor. Nothing but construction and fast food jobs, as far as the eye could see. It's not particularly prosperous. One of the reasons I left. And it is sad to say that they don't have a lot of options. So, for a place in town, HelpWorks, it was a food shelter for the disabled and those without much. And I felt they could use some help. Because the main idea, the main thought between us was you need to feed your dreams and starve your demons. Since my hometown was very religious, that's what I put in there. And yeah, I basically used food that you'd get at a shelter to make a difference in your own cooking, in your own life. Because I went to college, you'd be amazed, or maybe not, how many people didn't know how to cook. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't really like people cooking my food, and I don't want to doom myself to fast food addiction, so I cooked a lot in college. In a mezzanine area, I was always there, and man, people did not know how to clean after themselves. It was very sad. But my cooking was good. I usually cooked for my buddies, colleagues, if they needed something. It was very good. At least that's what they told me. And yeah, I took that feeling into this paper, this project. And I don't ever want to think food as a luxury, which it's sadly becoming. I went to the store yesterday, got a little bored, went over to the steak section, and I wish I didn't. It was like $30 for one steak. I never thought I'd see the day. Never thought I would. It was sad. Because I like the occasional steak once in a blue moon, but now need a genie to afford one, I guess. And that's very sad. Food shouldn't be a luxury. It's a necessity. Everybody has a stomach. Everybody. Disabled, able bodied, young, old, no matter what race, what gender, what nationality, what religion you identify as, everybody has a stomach. And I thought I could help people. And now, I don't really think it's going to help, but I want to share it with people and see my thinking, what led to my book. And here it is. Mm-hmm. Introduction. We are living in hard times. It doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon. HelpWorks is an organization that's made up to help the community and to help those struggling the hardest. The people in this community will only get through these unprecedented times by working together and getting through these hard times. This cookbook was made with intention and hope to weather this storm to see the sun at the end. The inflation-defying recipes are made to be both affordable and nutritious, with emphasis on families during these inflammatory times. The beauty of this cookbook is the families don't need on expensive exotic cookware to meet their dietary needs. Also, it's very, very versatile. I also give some tips. Drink more water. It is 0 calories and impacts many facets of your health. The sweets given by HelpWorks are good for dessert and to use sparingly in moderation. Pasta's rice is a household staple. It makes a good side dish and can be made in batches to save cook time. Fruits and vegetables can be added to add fiber to most entrees. Rotating meats and vegetables are key to having an all-encompassing diet. Looking for sales and using coupons can help make food go longer. Try different stores and go to venues such as farm markets for better produce. And here are the recipes. They're in 3 or so categories of breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. And I will start now. First one, overnight oats. You can add multiple different types of fruit, milk, sugar, honey. A big theme of this cookbook was versatility and flexibility. Sometimes the pantry would have different foods, different commodities that people could use. And I wanted them not to feel ashamed or feel anxious or doubt that they could cook. And a big thing is these are very simple dishes to start people on cooking because people need to know how to cook. I've used DoorDash 3 times in my life, and 2 of them were because I was extremely sick and couldn't move that well. I don't see the use in it. And yes, there are some people who have no time to cook. I understand that. But on the whole, I think they do more harm than good. A lot more harm than good. That's my little rant. Here we go on. The next one is scrambled eggs with veggies. I didn't know that eggs would be so pricey these days. You can add different vegetables, different condiments, different spices to cook them. Lunch, flatbread pizza, which is where you take a flatbread, you put pizza sauce, you can put cheese, vegetables, meats, and just make your own kind of pizza in the air fryer. They're a little tricky to get out at first, but you can swing it. Air fryers aren't that expensive. You can use one of any size. Again, kind of your basic meal. Nice little snack. Tastes good. I have them still to this day off and on. Next one is summer salad, where you could mix up the different types of foods, vegetables, again, meats, sweets even, ranches, dressings, spices, condiments, and yeah, that is the lunch category. The next is stuffed peppers. I personally love stuffed peppers. I've had them as a kid, and I still enjoy them to this day. And I really love them. They're very versatile. You can add jalapenos, garlic, into the mixture, which I usually do. Add different flavorings, different meats, different ways of cooking them. You either use an oven or an air fryer, they both work. The next one is easy baked beans, which it's probably the least flexible in the whole series, but it does make a big batch and they're good. It's for your more commonplace items, you know, a little bit of a smorgasbord gumbo idea to make the easy baked beans. I like beans. I eat them a lot. They're very healthy for you, just in moderation. I highly recommend them. They go great with a lot of things. The next is the egg fried rice, which again, I didn't know eggs were going to be so pricey. I can admit that right now. And again, you can mix it up with other different types of foods, eggs, meats, you know. You can do you have different options. So yeah, I highly recommend the versatility of that one. On to the snacks, ginger tea. Now that was made more for an immune booster or just an alternative to pop and soda because I can't drink soda. I'm not diabetic, but my blood sugar is very stable, I guess. I've been eating very cleanly lately, for lack of a better word, and it doesn't really, it's not good anymore. It attacks me. Hits me so hard that I wrote a story over it called Sweet as Sin, which I'm putting into my newsletter. And I put that there for something a little more natural, organic, helpful. The next one is very dear to me. It is the fruit skewer. Now, why the fruit skewer? Well, the big part of this whole cookbook was having families cook together and eat together and learn together, which I don't see a lot of these days. And it's very sad. It's not good. I know about 1,000 reasons why. I can't list them all here, but learning how to cook should be fundamental and everybody should do it. I don't really like other people cooking my food, unless it was in a restaurant, and I just really can't get my head around all these delivery services or fast food in general. I've been trying to wean myself off fast food. Not because it's horrendously expensive, because it's just very unhealthy. And this is trying to do that, trying to get them more creative in their thought processes, helping them be more purposeful in their cooking and their nutrition, taking charge of their own health. The last one is the jalapeno poppers. Again, it's a personal favorite of mine. You can put brisket in them, chicken, beef, bacon, chicken and bacon, sausage, turkey, and yeah, you got options. You probably just cut bell peppers if you didn't want to do the jalapeno if it was too spicy for you. And the cream cheese is optional, which I saw very frequently at the food pantry. So that was my project, and I used to be very proud of it. I used to be very happy with it, but lately, I don't know. I don't think this is going to help people today, really. Inflation's getting too high. Budgeting's not working for most people. And it's just getting crazy. So I don't know. This is kind of my resignation from trying to tell people about nutrition. I'm working on my nutrition coaching, but I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be worth it. I'm tired of starting new things and not getting them done. And just, frankly, I'm kind of sick of nutrition. Kind of disgusted by the whole practices. It just never seems to be enough, and I don't know anymore. I can't tell people what to eat. I can't tell you what people can afford. I'm burned out. I don't like that feeling. Hoping to get my student loans paid off as fast as I can and just never worry about using my degrees. I'm very ashamed of them, very disgusted, very remorseful. And there's a very private reason for that, but maybe one day I will share. But I don't know. We'll see where this YouTube thing goes. Hopefully I can inspire somebody to learn how to cook, to at least fend for themselves and not to worry about all the nutrition. Because for the last 5 years, if not before, college kind of put me in a bubble. It's been bursted pretty hard, and I'm learning to live with that. I don't know. I don't like telling people they can't afford stuff, and I really have no control. I'm learning that more and more. So, like, share, and subscribe. I'd like to share more. Thank you. Have a nice day.